Thank you for your patronage.
Thank you!
What's up, guys, and welcome back to another episode of Mentally Gone Reacts. My name is Callie Lacerda.
And I'm Gabriela Lopes.
And today we are going to react to
The Godfather.
The Godfather, 1972 film. Our previous reaction was to Shawshank Redemption, which a lot of people deem as being one of the greatest films of all time. But this one, I think that unanimously across the board, I think almost every single cinemaphile or movie head, they consider The Godfather as the best movie of all time, along with, I think it's like Citizen Kane, which I also haven't seen, and I want to watch on this channel if you guys would be interested in us watching Citizen Kane. But yeah, it's like these two. It's like it's The Godfather and Citizen Kane.
Yeah, this is like considered a classic.
Yeah.
You know, like very, very like timeless movie.
Yeah, timeless.
You know, it doesn't matter how much time passes. And I think I saw well, I don't know if it was if they were in this movie, but I saw an actor that died. Were they in this movie? I could have sworn that I saw that they said like the Godfather actor.
Yeah, Marlon Brando.
Oh, that's what it was. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm just not familiar, but we're like following a movie poster that we bought. And then we're like going to scratch it off as we go with like, because a lot of the movies on the movie poster we haven't seen.
Yeah.
And so we've just been going in order. So Shawshank was the first one. Now it's The Godfather.
Yeah.
And there's like Forrest Gump on there, which we already did on the channel, but we'll replace it with like something else. And then we're going to keep going.
Yeah, and we're also going to be doing requests from our patrons. So people on Patreon will have exclusive access to certain movie recommendations that maybe are more niche and not as high demand, if you will. So a lot of those will be on Patreon. And speaking of Patreon, we want to thank the 10 patrons who have subscribed to Mentally Gone Studios. We really appreciate that. Chances are, if you're watching this on YouTube, then you're watching it a few days later. The Patreon people got first access, first come, first serve. I don't even know if that makes sense in this context.
Early access. VIP seats.
And a lot of our watch throughs of specific movies and TV series will live exclusively on Patreon. And we're still figuring out the whole flow of it. So a lot of people have made certain recommendations of like how to post on Patreon, if we keep the movie sound, if we don't keep the movie audio, if we remove it, and we're figuring it out. But yeah, so appreciate you guys for being a part of the journey. You probably saw your name at the beginning of the intro. And the only thing that I'll say left real quick on my end is that The Godfather, I remember my cousins in Brazil, they used to have those slim PlayStation 2 consoles, and in Brazil you would how do you say it, jailbreak it, I guess, so that it would play like pirated games, and like you would buy games for like five currency in Brazil or whatever, and they played The Godfather on the PS2, and that's what I remember. Like that's the most vivid memory I have of The Godfather, because it was very similar to San Andreas kind of, and I remember playing that and just having a lot of fun.
The only thing I know about The Godfather is like Don Corleone is like the main guy, I guess, and then I know that scene where it's like, you come to me on the day of my daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Or I don't think I've ever even seen the actual scene, but I've heard that quote.
Yeah, because it's so popular and it's a meme, you know, it's everywhere on the internet.
And as a kid, I used to love Rugrats, and in the Rugrats Paris movie, the intro for the movie is like the Rugrats reenacting that Godfather scene, and
Really?
then it even has like the title,
Title
font.
card.
Yeah, for Rugrats as the Godfather.
I never got into the Rugrats.
Ever. I love it. As a kid, I used to love it so much. Like it was just.
I just always thought that it was for like really young kids, like babies at the time.
Yeah, I was super young. Like I was watching that super young, and then I think I would like live vicariously through them, because they would go on these crazy adventures.
Yeah.
I'm like, it was like, to me, it was like 100 light years better than like Phineas and Ferb type of stuff, jazz.
I never got into Phineas and Ferb
Me
either.
neither, but I'm saying because of like the adventures that they do, I never liked it though. I don't know, it just wasn't my cup of tea. I'm a Nickelodeon kid, but anyways.
Yeah. So yeah, that's essentially our understanding of Godfather. Like that's as far as it goes. This is obviously on this channel. This is documenting our journey through the history of cinema, and we obviously want to touch on every classic film available, possible, ever made. And I'm excited because this is a big deal. I feel like this is the Godfather. It's every mafia mob movie kind of mirrored themselves after this one. So if that's the case, then we have something special on our hands. So
I'm excited.
with that being said, let's just jump right into it. Glasses on. And we also have notepads. So just like on the last episode, at the end of every reaction video, we'll be doing our review, fresh off of watching it. Like we'll give our first impressions, our interpretations of certain scenes, and so on and so forth.
Yes.
So let's just jump right into it. Ready?
Yeesh.
She was the light of my life. Beautiful girl. Now she will never be beautiful again.
Take a shot.
To ease the pain. Oh, he didn't take a shot. He's not a real man.
Why did you go to the police? Why didn't you come to me first?
What do you want of me? Tell me anything, but do what I beg you to do.
What is that?
So we should have gone to him first.
Mm-hmm.
He would have given him real justice. Iconic face.
Yeah, with the frown
Mm-hmm.
and the chubby cheeks.
Can't remember the last time that you invited me to your house for a cup of coffee.
I ask you for justice.
That is not justice. Your daughter is still alive.
Oh, she is alive.
Yeah, you said.
How much shall I pay you?
He might feel disrespected.
Buonasera. Buonasera.
Buonasera.
What have I ever done to make you treat me so disrespectfully?
Just said it, see?
Godfather.
Good. Someday, and that day may never come, I'll call upon you to do a service for me. Until that day, accept this justice as a gift on my daughter's wedding day.
Grazie, Godfather.
Later.
Kiss the hand. Now call me the Godfather.
I want reliable people that aren't going to be carried away. I mean, we're not murderers, in spite of what this undertaker said.
Ooh, that's loud.
So it's interesting serving justice for his daughter on his own daughter's wedding.
Yeah.
Don't worry, it's We're not taking a picture now,
Michael.
And they're not just like not bounty hunters, like assassins. Like they,
Yeah.
they only do those kinds of things for family and people that they care for.
Exactly. Yeah, it's
Like-
loud. Look, oh, he's like, no pictures, no phones, sir, no phones. Look at that.
What is it? Hey, it's my sister's wedding.
Oh, it's the cops. Yeah, they can't.
Goddamn FBI don't respect nothing.
FBI.
You want Enzo to stay in this country and you want your daughter to be married.
You understand everything.
Thank you.
Mr. Hagen. Thank you.
Everyone, it's like their daughter today.
Yeah.
Not to our paisan.
Can't turn down
Two
requests.
congressmen in another district. Who else is on the list?
Oh, we got some military personnel.
Is this necessary?
He didn't expect to be invited to the wedding, so he wanted to thank you.
Dankalo. I am honored and grateful that you have invited me to your home, and may that first child be a masculine child.
Masculine?
Mm-hmm.
He helps my father out sometimes.
Oh, Michael, wait a minute. He's coming over here.
Michael! Oh!
This is Don Corleone's son? The
Yeah, it's Michael.
Godfather?
How do you do?
It's Michael.
Your father's been asking for you.
Father, yeah.
Very nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Michael.
because he didn't take the picture without Michael.
For your daughter's bridal purse.
Thank you, Luca. My most valued friend.
Don Corleone, I'm going to leave you now because I know you are busy.
Why do they talk like that? It's like they talk in scripture. It's interesting.
Back then, the way that they spoke was just more...
Yeah. So that's the daughter. That's the soon-to-be husband. Or that's the bride. No, not the bride. What's the guy's name? Groom?
Groom. So
Yeah.
the bride, he's already the husband, right?
Yeah.
This is the reception. No. Reception.
This is the post-wedding.
Yeah, reception.
Because everybody's getting drunk, so I think it's after they got married.
Yeah.
Not one phone in sight. Everybody having a good time.
And like a live band too.
Yeah.
It's nice.
I know this song.
Yeah, this was trending on like TikTok, I think. That's so funny.
Italian culture is top tier in my opinion.
And
they have the food, the music, the language, the culture. Wow, he's really singing his heart out. He's like trembling in his boots.
Also, some of the judges, they've all sent gifts. Salud.
Salud.
What is that outside?
Oh, it's Michael Jackson.
Who is this? Who?
Johnny? Johnny Cash? Is it Johnny Cash?
Mm.
I don't know 70s artists, guys.
Sing a song.
Let me guess, he's gonna sing. Every time they go, no.
It's a beautiful voice, man.
I have but one heart.
It's like a Frank Sinatra.
Yeah.
I'm ashamed I don't know him.
I have but one.
Do you think that that's what they're doing? Is that they're getting like a similar guy to Frank Sinatra, you know, because they can't use Frank Sinatra legally, you know?
It sounds similar to his like songs, you know.
Because Frank Sinatra was involved with the mafia and with the mob.
Really?
Yeah.
And they offered him $10,000 to let Johnny go, but the band leader said no. My father went to see him, only this time with Luca Brasi. He signed a release for a certified check of $1,000.
How'd he do that?
Made him an offer he couldn't refuse.
That's the iconic thing.
And my father assured him that either his brains or his signature would be on the contract.
That's crazy. Look at her face.
It's an offer you can't refuse.
It's a true story.
It's a true story.
He seems to be like a little bit ashamed of his family.
Yeah, that's the vibe I'm getting. This is like post-war era, I guess, and he's coming back from war.
It's my family, kid. It's not me.
See?
Yeah, he doesn't seem to want to be a part of it. Especially as a military man, it seems like he wanted to like give himself, I don't know.
He wanted to be honorable and respectable
in
and
a different way.
Within the confines of society. Yeah.
Woo!
And they always do that too. It's like the cheek and then the slap on the face. They got, look at you, huh?
You're getting bigger.
You're getting bigger. You eating good, huh?
It's so beautiful though, like everything.
Yeah.
The music, the atmosphere.
Mm-hmm.
If I said Taylor, tell him to come to the office.
How are you, Fredo?
Oh, that's
Fredo? My brother Fredo, this is Kay Adams.
Alfredo?
Alfredo pasta?
This man out there, he won't give it to me. The head of the studio.
What's his name?
Waltz. He won't give it to me. And he says there's no chance. No chance.
He's like, what's his name?
Yeah.
Make him an offer he can't refuse.
Exactly.
Tommy, you in there?
What?
The old man wants to see you.
Yeah, 1 minute.
He just smiles.
Sonny.
Look at the door cracking.
Oh, not under my roof.
And it's interesting because his wife and his kids are right there.
You spend time with your family?
Sure I do.
Good, because a man who doesn't spend time with his family can never be a real man.
So I can't ever be a real man because I don't spend time with my family. It's funny.
I want you to rest well, and a month from now, this Hollywood big shot's gonna give you what you want.
Too late. They start shooting in a week.
I'm gonna make him an offer he can't refuse.
Don't worry about it.
Go outside, enjoy yourself, and forget about all this nonsense. I want you to leave all to me. Yeah?
Make him an offer he can't refuse. His bow tie is crooked. There's a crooked bow tie.
Look at that cake.
That's a monumental cake right there.
Also, I was going to say that there must be something symbolic about wearing like those suits with the bow tie, but it has to be a white button down, like a tux, you know?
Yeah.
When am I going to California?
I want you to go tonight. I want you to talk to this movie big shot and settle his business with Johnny. If there's nothing else, I'd like to go to my daughter's wedding.
It's crazy. Because he's working his butt off. Oh, where's Michael? Oh, there he is.
Wait a minute.
There's Michael.
No, Michael, not me.
No, Michael, not me. These like old school actresses were all kind of like
Their
the same.
voices, yeah.
Like, no, Michael, not me. What does your father do, Michael?
Oh, father-daughter dance?
Oh, don't cry now, Gabriella.
I would cry.
Don't cry, Gabriella. It's never gonna happen, guys. Never gonna happen. Not with me. I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
It's gonna happen with me.
A lot of kids. Italians love having kids. It's crazy. It's like big families.
They love big family. Yeah.
Yeah.
The house is always full.
Mm-hmm.
When your kids are old, they have grandkids.
Yeah, big familia. Familia. I have a huge family, but they're all just screwed up in the head, every single one of them.
Well, this family's kind of screwed up.
Yeah, but they're united.
Yeah.
My family's like all over the place. He's in Hollywood now, you know?
I know nothing about vintage cars, guys. Before you guys jump down my throat.
YouTube commenters, this girl's an idiot. She knows nothing about nothing.
Because the door opened like this. You know how it opens like this?
Yeah.
Johnny Fontaine will never get that movie. I don't care how many Dago, Guinea, what greaseball goombas come out of the woodwork.
Now, you have my number. I'll wait for your call. By the way, I admire your pictures very much.
He said greaseball because they're Italian.
So that was the first offer. Second offer?
Yeah, they usually try to get you to agree in a civilized manner.
Cordially.
It's like, hey, like, you know, like you scratch my back, I'll scratch yours.
How's your drink, Tom?
Fine.
Hey, come on over here with me. I want to show you something really beautiful. You do appreciate beauty, don't you?
Horses were valuable.
$600,000 on 4 hooks. I'll bet Russian Tsars never paid that kind of dough for a single horse.
600,000.
I'm not going to race him, though. I'm going to put him out to stud. Thanks, Tony. Welcome. Come on. Let's get something to eat, huh?
So he started to treat him differently.
Because of the name.
Mm-hmm.
Johnny Fontaine never gets that movie. That part is perfect for him. It'll make him a big star. I'm going to run him out of the business. And let me tell you why.
Thank you for the dinner and a very pleasant evening.
Corleone is a man who insists on hearing bad news immediately.
Bad news. All right, that was the first offer. He refused it. Emotional. You know, he let his emotions get in his way, cloud his judgment, and now Mr. Corleone is going to make him an offer he can't refuse.
Yeah, this guy's a little too prideful.
On the day after my daughter's wedding.
Yeah, the day after?
The big movie producer, director.
Now he's feeling a little bit more...
Yeah.
He's feeling a little bit more rowdy.
Golden sheets, huh? How Hollywood of you. Oh, there's blood. There's blood. I'm telling you, he might be... Something's happening. Oh my God. What?
I wouldn't have slept through all of that.
The horse's head is in his bed.
$600,000 down the drain. Ooh.
Let's see.
And they're the best things to have, but narcotics is a thing of the future. If we don't get a piece of that action, we risk everything we have. I mean, not now, but 10 years from now.
Interesting.
Yeah, drug business.
So this one has started booming.
Mm-hmm. Is this around the crack epidemic?
But they wouldn't be friendly very long if they knew my business was drugs instead of gambling, which they regard as a harmless vice. But drugs is a dirty business.
Mm-hmm.
If you're worried about security for your million, the Italians will guarantee it.
Oh, are you telling me that the Italians guarantee our investment?
He's like, don't speak out of turn, okay?
Yeah.
I'm addressing, yeah.
Senor Salazzo, my no is final, and I wish to congratulate you on your new business. I know you do very well, and good luck to you.
No drugs, which is interesting, right? Because they have a lot of values and traditions and moral, like they have a moral compass, and that's what makes them so powerful and so organized, is that they're just not doing it for the money all the time. It's like they have to have codes and ethics and
Santino.
Traditions.
Come here.
Oh, he's going to get a talking to.
What's the matter with you?
What's the matter with you?
Never tell anybody outside the family what you're thinking again. Go on.
That's an interesting bar right there. Don't ever tell anybody outside of the family what you're thinking.
Tell Luca Brazzi to come in.
Luca Brazzi is like his hitman, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
This guy's intimidating.
Go to the Italians and make them think that you're not too happy with our family, and find out what you can.
Okay.
Play a secret agent, pretend that he's not happy with the Corleones. So it's the 5 families of New York. I don't know if you ever heard of that story, but there was like multiple families, big families, and they ran New York City. And as an extension, they ran the United States.
Tell Paulie to get the car. We're going.
Okay, Pa. I'll have to get it myself, Pa. Paulie called in sick this morning.
Huh?
Paulie's a good kid. I don't mind getting a car.
Who's Paulie again? Paulie is the guy that gave the other guy the wine, right? Yeah, it was. Who's this? Is this Luca?
Yeah, it might be. Look at them with the trench coats.
Yeah, that's how you knew like they were mobsters. The big guy.
I don't want to mess with this guy.
Yeah. Back then, if you ever saw somebody coming in like that, it was essentially, what the heck do you call it? The Grim Reaper, kind of, you know?
Mm-hmm.
I'm Bruno Tattaglia. I know. We'll procure the scotch. Pre-war. Big.
Pre-war scotch. What does that mean?
Io ho pensato oro. Parlane e io te. The business. A me mi bisogna uno come te, forte.
That's my face right now. It's like trying to understand. I'm like,
Questi soldi sono buoni.
$50,000.
$1,000. Do we need captions for this movie? I feel like we do. Do we?
No.
Right.
I don't like these glances.
Oh.
What?
Oh. That other guy just came out of nowhere. Look at that. That's crazy. He got whacked. Uh-oh. He's going to start a war. Corleone. You don't do that to Luca Brazzi.
I saw the look in their eyes. They were
Look at that.
plotting.
I want to talk to you.
Well, I haven't got time.
Make time, consigliere. Get in the car.
Get in the car. Come on.
If I wanted to kill you, you'd be dead already.
What?
Get it.
That's not reassuring at all.
No choice.
If I wanted to kill you, and it seems like you thought about it a little bit.
Uh-oh.
I like this guy. I like the
Aspetta,
Godfather.
Fredo. I'm going to buy some fruit.
Oh, look. They used to do like the...
Like the fetish, the open market, the farmer's market style.
I want some fruit, man.
I feel like he needs more protection though. Like if he's the Godfather, I would imagine him having like 10 mobsters just walking with him, you know? It's just two out in the open. Like there's one guy sitting in the car, and that's all you have. Like I don't see any protection. I don't know.
No. He's always prepared to.
Uh-oh. 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 Look, he fumbled the bag.
What was that? They killed him?
Look, they shot him. Damn.
How does the Godfather die in the first Godfather movie?
And who's this idiot? Like, this is his son. Freaking idiot. Just fumbled the bag. Just fumbled the gun.
The drunk son or the Michael?
No, this isn't Michael.
Oh,
this is Fredo.
Yeah, Fredo.
Fredo.
The one that was a little tipsy.
Yeah. Just as I was saying, like, if you're the Godfather, if you're the president, like, don't you have, like, a whole security detail? You know what I'm saying? It's like, if you could afford $1 million loan financing, then you could afford bodyguards.
No, I would not like it better if you were Ingrid Bergman.
What? How did she see that?
Vito Corleone feared murdered. Assassin's gunned down underworld chief. Oh my god. He found out through a newspaper? That's crazy.
Say if he's dead or alive.
Oh, it doesn't say. It doesn't say. 50 Cent survived gunshots in the back.
Yeah.
9.
It's interesting because this is the equivalent of getting a text message nowadays, you know? Of like getting a notification from online news sources.
Come home, kid. You should be with Mama. You here? All right.
So what's his name? Sonny?
Yeah.
Sonny, Fredo, Michael. Are they the only 3 children? And the daughter. So 4. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
The women are so dramatic.
I know. It's just interesting. Their acting skills are questionable.
How many times have you been sick? Only maybe 3-4 times. I mean, I asked Freddie, he wants me to get a different bodyguard. He said no.
I want you to bring him to my father's house now. You understand? Just you and him. Go ahead.
Yeah, because it's very convenient, right? That the bodyguard called out sick the day that the hit was planned. Definitely in on it. If he's even in the country still.
Listen to everything he has to say before you do anything. What's done is done. And don't lose that famous temper of yours, huh, Sonny?
No, I'll wait.
They have Tom. So Tom is like a son, but he's not Sicilian, Michael said.
Sonny was hot for my deal, wasn't he? And you knew it was the right thing to do.
Sonny will come after you with everything he's got.
That'll be his first reaction, sure. That's why you gotta talk some sense to him.
Uh-oh.
Well, now he's dead. He's dead, Tom, and nothing can bring him back.
It's like a
So you gotta talk to Sonny. You gotta talk to the Cabo regimes, that Tessio, that fat Clemenza.
But he may not be dead. It's not confirmed.
Yeah, we don't know. We don't know yet.
I'll try.
Don't cry like a
Even
woman.
Sonny won't be able to call off Luca Brasi.
Luca Brasi's dead.
Let me worry about Luca. You just talk to Sonny.
He's already handled
And the
that.
other 2 kids.
This guy's 10 steps ahead.
Yeah. He definitely has an insider.
Yeah.
Now,
That's a snake.
you can go.
Which I think is the guy that called out sick. I think that he's the traitor in the family because he knows the routes and he knows where the Godfather was. He
I don't
knows.
like violence, Tom.
There's always a
I'm a
Judas
businessman.
among the disciples.
Blood is a big expense.
So those like trash can fires, I think they were for like, you know, homeless people.
Yeah. And they're still used today. Well,
Yeah,
I think they're
I don't know. They're not allowed in
New York anymore.
certain places, I don't think.
He's still alive.
He's still alive.
They hit him with 5 shots and he's still alive.
See? In the
It's
back?
bad luck for me. And bad luck for you if you don't make that deal.
Uh-oh, he's scared now. See? He was all bravado when he thought Don Corleone was dead, but now he's still alive. He's still breathing. Which is good. Good. I like these movies, how they create tension, you know? It's like a full-scale war with all the 5 families is basically the apocalypse. So even that guy's scared of the other families. He's like, ugh.
Where were you, Michael?
Yeah, Michael, you come back from war, you don't protect your father.
You got to get involved in the family business.
Yeah, I know you don't like the family business, but you got to make compromises sometimes. It's in your blood.
Listen, hang around the house on the phone and be a big help, huh? Try Luke again. Go ahead.
Oh.
What the hell is this?
That's a Sicilian message. It means Luca Brasi sleeps with the fishes.
Oh, I've heard that saying before. Sleeps with the fishes. Which, by the way, I did a TikTok once, and I said the word fishes, and every comment was like, "That's not a real word. You don't say fishes, plural."
Yeah.
It's because the Italians. I'm Italian. What are you gonna do?
No.
I talk like this, huh?
Because
Sleeps
it's
with
fish.
the fishes.
Fish, plural is fish.
It sleeps with the fishes. What are you gonna do?
You know any good spots on the west side?
Yeah, I think about it.
Well, think about it while you're driving, will you? I want to hit New York sometime this month.
They're going to get
Watch
rid
out
of
for the
him,
kids
I
when
think.
you're backing out.
Yeah, these are definitely in the 40s, 50s cars, which I found them so elegant and so pristine, in my opinion.
They told me to exterminate them.
Exterminate? That's a bad word to use. Exterminate. Get this guy. See how we don't...
Look at this guy.
Hey, Paulie, let me get fat. Now beat it.
Yeah, Rock, what'd you do?
No, me. Nothing. It wasn't me.
It's gotta be him, man.
Hey, pull over, will you? I gotta take a leak.
I know. I knew. I was like, they're driving him out somewhere that they could just freaking eliminate. I'm guessing that's what's going to happen. Oh, man. It's a little too easy.
Oh, look, the Statue of Liberty over there in the corner.
Yeah.
Oh, gunshots. Wow. I thought they were going to, like, strangle him from behind, you know, like, just like they did with Luca. And just like that. Took care of the Judas.
Yeah.
Why don't you tell that nice girl you love her? I love you with all of my heart. If I don't see you again soon, I'm gonna die.
I'm gonna die.
Tomato paste, you fry it, you make sure it doesn't stick. You got it to a boil, you shove in all your sausage and your meatballs, huh?
Handmade, too.
Yeah.
All hands in there.
A little bit of wine.
Mm-hmm.
I'll send some bodyguards with him, all right?
No, I'm just going to the hospital.
Never
to see
mind. Send
Pop.
somebody with him.
Oh, he'll be all right. Salozzo knows he's a civilian.
Be careful, huh? Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
I predict that maybe Michael will get involved at some point.
Yeah, he has to, you know? It's like, it's in his blood. Like, you can't escape the family.
It's inevitable.
That's the whole thing about the mob culture, is that if you're born in the family, then you're part of the family. The only people that are exempt of it are like the son-in-law, you know, which Don Corleone said that he's not going to be involved in the family business, you know. Just make him a good living, and that's it.
Go back to New Hampshire, and I'll call you at your parents' house.
When will I see you again, Mike?
I don't know.
He's just trying to protect her, though. Which I understand. Which is ironic because that's what the brothers are doing to Michael, is what he's doing to his girlfriend. And it's interesting, the juxtaposition of Christmas decoration with what's happening, you know, like just this shot right here.
It's supposed to be a time of, you know,
joy and family.
Cheer, yeah.
Union. Where is everyone?
Uh-oh. Where is everyone? Yeah.
Look the way he runs. Like, who runs like that? Look. With the hands and the little wrist movements. Yeah. You know? It's like they're
doing
jumping
a jump rope. Yeah.
That's funny. Again, why is he left alone? Anyone could walk in just like Michael did?
The police made them leave about 10 minutes ago.
The police bribed
Give
off.
me a Long Beach 45620, please.
It's all set up, you know? It's like conveniently.
You and I are gonna move my father to another room. Now, can you disconnect those tubes so we can move the bed out?
That's out of the question.
You know my father. Men are coming here to kill him. You understand?
You understand?
She's been saying you understand a lot.
I love that. I love that.
And that's just context for anybody. It's like, why does the girl always say you understand whenever they say you understand? It's because you say you understand a lot.
Yeah.
Because she's trying to be Italian without even realizing it. She's Italian.
I don't think that that's what it is, but I'll talk about that afterwards.
Okay.
If there is trouble, I stay here to help you. For your father. For your father.
Wait for me outside in front of the hospital. All right? I'll be out in a minute. Go ahead.
Okay.
You know what's interesting is that Michael has military experience, and so this is like guerrilla warfare for him. He was in the trenches probably. He has experience, you know?
Come here. Put your hand in your pocket like you have a gun. You'll be all right.
They have to create the illusion that he's being guarded, you know?
Mm-hmm.
They're like scoping out the area. If it was empty, they would have gone back. See? The police were paid off to leave the location or to force everybody to leave, and Michael just saved his father's life just like that.
Good thinking.
Yeah, he's like trembling. I would be scared shitless
I
too,
know.
dude.
He's like, pretend like you have a gun. He's like, why?
I'm just a baker, dude. Like, literally, I bake bread for a living.
I almost didn't trust him, but then I heard his like Italian accent,
Yeah.
very authentic. I'm like, I do trust him.
Mm-hmm.
He's just a good man.
Oh. So these are the cops that they have in their pockets, I guess. You know?
Oh, shoot.
Oh, no, I don't think so.
Take him in.
Kid's clean, Captain. He's a war hero. He's never been...
God damn it, I said take him in.
He's a war hero.
Yeah.
What's the Turk paying you to set up my father, Captain?
Take a hold of him. Stand him up. Stand him up straight.
He's gonna beat him. Shh. Nah, you don't do that.
That's crazy.
That guy's gonna end up with a horse in his head too. A horse in his bed.
A horse head in his bed.
Yeah. Uh-oh. Hey, what are you doing to Michael Corleone? You know who this is? It's Michael Corleone.
Yeah.
If you interfere, you'll have to appear before a judge in the morning and show cause.
All right, let him go.
This guy deserves to die.
Come on.
Uh-huh. That guy deserves to... I hate... Corrupted cops are the worst. The worst. Cops are as slimy and sleazy, dude. Not all cops, obviously. But especially back then, man. Like, the law was very corrupted. There was no...
This is business, not personal.
They shot my father.
Even the shooting of your father was business, not personal, Sonny.
Emotional versus rational.
Hey, listen, do me a favor, Tom. No more advice on how to patch things up. Just help me win, please, all right?
Trying to be reasonable versus emotional. So he's a hothead. Sonny is a hothead.
I was gonna say that he's the hot-tempered son.
All the 5 families would come after you, Sonny. The Corleone family would be outcast. Take this into consideration.
It's getting tense in here.
You're gonna search me when I first meet them, right? So I can't have a weapon on me then. If Clemenza can figure a way to have a weapon planted there for.
This guy's way of thinking. Okay.
This is when we start seeing his real colors. His Corleone blood.
They have no faith in him.
No, they're probably proud, I think.
They want to get mixed up in the family business? Huh? Now you want to gun down a police captain? Why, because he slapped you in the face a little bit? Huh? What do you think, this is the army where you shoot him a mile away? You got to get up close like this, and bada bing, you blow their brains all over your nice Ivy League suit.
Yeah, I figured that they were kind of like laughing at him.
Not with him or...
Because he hasn't been involved up until this point.
Yeah.
A crooked cop who got mixed up in the rackets and got what was coming. That's a terrific story. And we have newspaper people on the payroll, don't we, Tom? They might like a story like that.
They might. They just might.
It's not personal, son.
Just business.
It's strictly business.
Uh-huh.
He's not even blinking.
Yeah.
It's as cold as they come.
I don't want to mess with him.
So you don't worry about Prince, Mike. I put a special tape on the trigger and a butt. Here, try it.
And he has like weapons training from the military too,
Yeah.
you know?
He's a killer, dude.
He got
probably
aim.
killed people already.
Aim is down pack, everything.
You know, you gotta stop him at the beginning. Like they should have stopped Hitler at Munich. They should never let him get away with that. They was just asking for big trouble. You know, Mike, we was all proud of you, being a hero and all.
No, I flinched. I was like, is he shooting me?
Hands up.
I didn't do anything.
What are you gonna do about it?
It's too much of a risk for Mike. Maybe we ought to call it off, Sonny.
Negotiator keeps on playing cards until Mike comes back safe and sound.
So why doesn't he just blast who's ever in the goddamn car?
Too dangerous. They'll be looking for that.
So Alonso might not even be in the car, Sonny.
Yeah, Sonny is not fit for being the successor of Vito Corleone. He's too hot-headed. The consigliere, or however you say it, Tom, he is more like Vito, but Michael is showing colors that none of them have seen before. Because he's been in the trenches, he's been in the war zone, he's been experienced. Everybody else just commands other people to do stuff.
Yeah, he has like more discipline, more
strategy.
integrity to even.
I want somebody good, and I mean very good, to plant that gun. I don't want my brother coming out of that toilet with just his dick in his hands, all right?
The gun will be there.
You drive him and you pick him up after the job.
Come on, let's move.
Everything has to be coordinated perfectly.
Yep.
Can't risk anything.
Tell you to drop the gun right away?
Yeah, 1,000,000 times.
You don't forget. 2 shots apiece in the head as soon as you come out the door.
2 shots apiece.
In the head. In the head, okay?
Yeah, inside of the head.
You were in the war, right?
Yeah, you understand.
I'll get a message to that girlfriend when I think the time is right.
So then he has to leave again. So where does he go? He's going to leave the country, obviously.
Yeah, they told him that he has to take a vacation.
I'm assuming it's Italy, right? Because the mob has connections in Italy.
Yeah, like they have a citizenship, I'm sure, like a dual citizenship.
I'm sorry about the other night, Mike. I gotta frisk you, so turn around, huh? On your knees, facing me.
In the moving car? That's crazy.
I guess I did it.
They can't risk it while they're in there even, you know?
Grouchy.
Yeah.
Can't stand the aggravation.
He's gonna have to grab that part.
He did. He grabbed his cheeks.
I would be shaking in that car.
Yeah.
Like my life is on the line that whole car ride.
Maybe.
Oh, did they not plan for this?
I
don't think that was the plan.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, they're turning back.
I don't get it.
Nice work, Lou.
Just to throw him off. And maybe throw off if anyone was following.
Yeah, I think it's just the following part.
Right, so
I think that it might still be held at the restaurant.
Right.
But
because if they saw someone else do a turn like that, they would have known that he had backup following behind.
Right. Italian American.
We were at the Louis restaurant.
Luis.
I don't know if they say the S. Maybe they do. Luis.
Look at the
How's
look
the
in his eye.
Italian food in this restaurant?
Good. Try the veal. It's the best in the city.
Veal.
Veal Parmigiana.
Yeah, you know the vibes.
He has a cold gaze in his eye. It's crazy.
Yeah, just emotionless.
Look at the silence. You can hear the twisting of the cork.
They're like, come on, waiter.
Hey, you want to die? Is it no or something? What's going on?
E tu non lo vuoi capire che io sono un uomo di onori.
I'm a man of love, he said, I think.
Lo sai.
Translate, dude. Come on. The captain, we're like the captain. Doesn't understand anything.
No, he's like, sorry, Captain, but I'm going to have to say things you're not allowed to hear.
I have to go to the bathroom. Is that all right?
You gotta go, you gotta go.
Whoa.
I told you. They have to check. I told you. I didn't see him check that far. Oh, they had someone check all the bathroom stalls and everything, probably. No way.
Oh, there we go. Let's go.
Oh, I was like, what are the odds? Now what? He's going to have
business.
to get into a fake agreement? Oh, my God.
You think he chickened out right there? Like, that was his moment? Ooh! How's he still alive? What?
Well,
Oh my god. Oh my god.
don't run out. That's it.
Let's go. Let's go.
Whoosh.
Deserved that. Deserved it. Yes, sir. Let's go.
Whoosh. Don't
I like
mess
that.
with Michael Corleone.
All it took was one punch in the face. I like that. I like that a lot.
Don't care. I'll eat it.
Syndicate Big Shot. Vito Corleone returns home. Ooh.
Okay. I wonder when Michael comes back from vacation.
Yeah.
His father's gonna be proud.
Michael, you made a good honor of me, Michael.
Yeah.
You protected me, Michael, when I most needed your help.
I'm sorry, Pa. He doesn't know you.
Give me the child.
Love your grandson, Frank.
Aww.
Go what you want.
Damn, that's Sonny's son? So that was the baby, or is that the baby right there? I think that's the
still
baby.
the baby, yeah.
Oh, that's the son-in-law. You saw that?
Mm.
He's abusive. Oh, no. You can't be abusive towards Don Corleone's daughter. You saw?
Yeah.
He's like, shut up and set the table.
Well.
Send Alfredo to Las Vegas under the protection of Don Francesco Valet.
I'm going to learn the casino business.
Yeah.
He kind of looks Indian, the Fredo guy. He doesn't look Italian.
It was Michael who killed Sollozzo.
Damn.
You're safe. You're starting to work to bring him back.
Bring him back. So he never wanted Michael to be a part of it, I don't think. See, like, he's like, oh, God, like, why did you guys
He's
let
like,
Michael do it?
yeah, he's like, get away from me. I can't deal with this right now.
God damn it, if I had a wartime consigliere of Sicilian, I wouldn't be in this shape. Pop that Jenko, look what I got. I didn't mean that.
You know, niggas are having a good time with
Whoa.
our policy banks up there in Harlem, driving them new Cadillac.
Did I hear that right?
Yeah.
Hey, shut up, Connie. Hey, don't you ever tell her to shut up.
See? See, told you. You don't tell her. You can't do that.
I could be doing a lot more for the family. We don't discuss business at the table.
He was just talking about this.
But the mother said, was that the
Don't
mother?
interfere.
Yeah, she
but
said.
still, it's because she's acting like a woman back in that time. It's like you don't interfere with the husband.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
But it's Don Corleone's daughter, so it's not just a woman. It's not a regular lady.
They're bringing him back?
Quando può tornare?
No, ma è una cosa per ora. Per ora non se ne parla, più tardi casomai.
Grazie.
I understand it a little.
Me too, because it's very similar to like Spanish.
Perché non pighiamo in macchina?
Non voglio camminare.
Ancora!
He said that it's still dangerous, is what I heard, and then he gave him a response that he wasn't wanting to hear. He wants to go back to New York.
Michele Corleone.
That's
So-
beautiful, man. Look at that.
He is in Italy, right?
Yeah, that's not America. Oh, that's communism? There's traces of fascism, I think.
Mamma mia, io sono cascato innamorato.
Ma vado su per la montagna.
La montagna. He still has a black eye, so maybe you're right. It hasn't been a year, because you can't have a black
Yeah.
eye for...
Che sei rimasto colpito da un fulmine.
I think it's been a few months because it looks like spring just started hitting. So
I think it's been like a season. You know,
Yeah.
like, this is like February, March.
like no, in New York it already looks like spring, so it might be like March already.
Yeah.
Or something like around there.
Mm-hmm.
Comprendo approssimativamente che giocavo le
Era bella, bellissima. Ah, Galo!
Bellissima.
I'm so lost right now.
Tapara,
E capite? E a bocca!
Oh, I think they're talking about women.
Yeah.
No. La sto paese non ci sono queste ragazze.
It's not your country, you said?
I don't know. Is it like, are they talking about his daughter or something?
Ci sarebbe parecchia gente che pagherebbe per queste picciole per un'informazione così.
But then your daughter would lose a father.
Ma allora vostra figlia perderebbe un padre.
Instead of gaining a husband.
Make an offer you can't refuse.
Yeah.
Venite domenica, mattina. Mi chiamo Vitelli. Abito in campagna, vicino a Fiume.
E come si chiama vostra figlia?
Apollonia.
Apollonia is her name.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael is like an Americanized name, so
Yeah.
it couldn't if he had like an Italian
Miguel.
an Italian origin name. It wouldn't have. It couldn't have been Michael.
Mm.
You know.
Yeah, it's Miguel. I didn't know it was Miguel though. This is crazy. It's like very old-fashioned, you know?
Yeah.
Very respectful.
Too bad for his girl at home.
Amen.
E questo è Michele di Corleone.
Michele. I think there's like a K there. It's like a C. Michele.
Oh, she's gonna get nice things.
That's really cool how they show the old-fashioned Italian traditions in Sicily, you know? Because it carries on into New York City as well, into America.
He's like, what happened to your face?
Yeah.
Oh. She likes it.
He has a crazy look in his eye, dude. He has crazy
Yeah.
eyes.
Whoa, who's this?
Looks like Sonny. It's the same girl that he's cheating on. It's his side piece. Ooh, his sister turned away from him. I see scars, I see bruises.
Oh no.
Telling you, you don't put your hands on a Corleone. Oh my god.
It was my fault.
Where is
Sonny, please. It was my fault. Sonny, it was my fault. I hit him. I started a fight with him. Please, Sonny. I hit him. So forgive me.
I would be scared because her brother's a loose thread too.
The whole family, dude.
Respect slop. Still betting Yankees pretty heavy.
Well,
There he is right there.
yeah, but they can't kill him if they're expecting a kid on the way.
They could break his legs, though.
I know, but definitely can't get rid of him. A child needs their father.
Where Chris grew up. You could beat him up and you can, like, teach him a lesson,
Yeah,
you know?
beat him up. The guy just said not kill him, though.
Yeah, I don't think you should kill him because of the kid. And because technically he's family, you know? So it's one of those things. It's like, you just give him a lesson.
Ah, is he gonna bite one of his fingers off? Oh, I thought he was biting it off.
Oh, they're already getting married.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, it's because they can't have sex before marriage. No, it is.
Yeah, I'm sure it is. I think that's what they might be doing. They might be guiding them there. I don't know what's I don't know if that's the case, though.
But I do like the idea that, like, how different it was, you know? It's like nowadays people just act like Sonny. Like, they just do it out of lust.
They've been waiting for this for
Yeah.
1 week.
Cherishing the moment.
Or however long it's been. It's been like 1 day.
It's funny because he was wanting to go back to New York so badly.
Who's this?
Oh.
Is that like a mistress?
Yeah. Uh-oh, and she's pregnant. Oh my god, he's gonna...
Oh, you spoiled guinea brat. Break it off.
Jesus, why is she breaking everything though?
Jesus. Uh-oh, you can't... No. Oh my god. Oh my god. Oh my god. Damn, dude, she's pregnant. Come on, man. You can't do that.
With the belt too?
Ooh, kill him.
Come on, all you Corleones are murderers anyway. Come on,
Oh shoot.
Come on, kill me.
Oh, she's
Imagine
gonna
she
lose the
has-
baby.
Imagine she has a miscarriage.
He's crying. Santina, I can't understand. I don't understand.
Oh no, Sonny
Yeah,
on the
Connie.
phone.
Listen, you wait there.
He has to die, I told you. I had a bad feeling. He's probably heading into New Jersey.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God.
Uh-oh.
Oh my God. Oh, he's gone. He's gone. Got too emotional. Oh, they set him up. Interesting.
What? Oh my gosh.
These deaths are so dramatic. It's actually kind of funny.
Oh, damn. They made sure that he was gone,
Ooh,
not
look
like
at
the
that.
dad.
Yeah, look at that. His emotions got him killed. I mean, it was kind of expected, honestly.
I wasn't expecting it.
He's too hot-headed, you know? Like, you can't be that hot-headed. This is Vito, I think. He's, like, walking again and stuff.
Drink away the pain.
It's crazy. Losing a son is wild, though.
I think you should tell your Don what everyone seems to know.
Oh, he doesn't know yet. You
I
just
want
hear
no acts of vengeance.
You just hear the clock.
I want you to arrange a meeting with the heads of the 5 families. This war stops now.
He doesn't want vengeance because he knows it only equates to blood. And Tom tried warning Sonny. He's like, yo, relax, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Take a chill pill, brother. And he doesn't know about his daughter yet, which is wild, right? It's like, did they handle that? Like, it has to be handled.
Don is back.
Mm-hmm.
I want you to use all your powers and all your skills. I don't want his mother to see him this way.
Sheesh.
Look how they massacred my boy.
He has no idea. It's crazy. He's always like the last one to know.
Yeah. But he's always the first one to want to do something about whatever happens.
Yeah.
And do something that's going to make a difference, you know?
So l'inglese, Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, Wednesday, Friday, Sunday, Saturday.
Yeah, that was in the right order.
Yeah.
Thursday, Wednesday.
Guidare la macchina. Me l'ha insegnato lui. Anzi, guarda, me li faccio vedere.
He's come to deliver the news.
Che succede? Brutte notizie. Dalla medica. Tuo frate Santino. L'hanno ammazzato.
Santino, that's him.
Yeah, Sonny Santino.
Michele, andiamo. Andiamo, dai, me l'avevi promesso.
Oh, shoot. Now what?
He has to go back.
Aspettami lì, che vengo da sola fino da te.
Oh, I had a feeling. I just got full body chills right now. The look he had on his face, and I know that mobsters, they do the car thing, like they explode the car the moment you turn the ignition on.
California, Kansas City, and all the other territories of the country. Thank you.
They're all there. At one point, these were all the people who control the country.
Certainly he can present a bill for such services. After all, we are not communists.
My city, we would keep the traffic in the dark, people, to call it. They're animals anyway, so let them lose their souls.
That's crazy. Super racist back then still, obviously.
That's crazy.
As time goes by and his position becomes stronger, will he attempt any individual vendetta?
Talk about vengeance. Is vengeance gonna bring your son back to you? Or my boy to me?
Good point.
But I have selfish reasons. My youngest son
Michael.
is forced to leave this country. I have to make arrangements to bring him back here safely. But I'm a superstitious man. And if some unlucky accident should befall him, if he should get shot in the head by a police officer, then I'm going to blame some of the people in this room. Let me say that I swear on the souls of my grandchildren that I will not be the one to break the peace we've made here today.
Well, I will not be the one.
I will not be the one, yeah.
But Michael's a loose cannon.
That was a good choice of words, though, because he just said, like, I won't be the one.
The dad is a pimp. He never could have outfought Santino. But I didn't know until this day that it was Pacino all along.
There was the guy at the head of the table.
Oh.
The guy that went to his wedding. You know?
Oh, yeah, because he was the one saying, like, if you have the connections,
Yeah,
you're
you
going to
should
have to
share
let
it.
us get the water from the well.
Mm-hmm. Oh, she's a school teacher. His black eye is gone.
You know how naive you sound.
Why?
Senators and presidents don't have men killed.
Of course they do.
Yeah, they do.
She's so dumb.
I came here because I need you. Because I care for you.
Please stop it, Michael.
Because I want you to marry me.
Oh.
It's too late. It's too late.
Oh, she might already be married.
We have each other. That we have a life together. That we have children. Our children.
Our emphasis.
Mm-hmm.
There better not be another.
You once said that the day would come when Tessio and me could form our own family. I must ask your permission.
Well, Michael is now head of the family, and if he gives his permission, then you have my blessing.
Oh, wow. What an arc.
Do you have faith in my judgment?
Yes.
Do I have your loyalty?
Yes, always, Godfather.
Don't be a friend to Michael. Do as he says.
It's the passing of the torch.
Yeah.
So move to Nevada.
Michael has all my confidence, as you do. There are reasons why he must have no part in what is going to happen.
Maybe I could help.
You're out, Tom.
What?
I hope Tom doesn't turn into a Judas.
Yeah, like, how do they just, like, kick people out of, you know?
Las Vegas, baby. Oh, look, that's Fredo. Look at him all Vegased out.
Leave him out here. We'll deal with them later. He's tired. He wants to clean up. All right, now, let me open the door, all right?
Look at this guy.
What are you, kid? Huh? You his idea, right? Didn't you? Well, I'll be right back. All right. Take it easy. Okay. You keep them occupied.
Fredo's a personality, so he's going to be a problem, I feel.
Yeah, contradict, like...
Fredo, I'm here on business. I leave tomorrow and I get rid of them. I'm tired. Get rid of the band, too.
It's too much. It's too performative. Fredo, Sonny was too angry, and Fredo's the egomaniac, I think.
Mo loves the business. He never said nothing to me about selling.
Well, I'll make him an offer he can't refuse.
It's like his father.
That line never misses.
And we hope you'll sign a contract to appear 5 times a year. Perhaps convince some of your friends in the movies to do the same.
He wants to bring Hollywood to Las Vegas.
Time to return
I'll do
the
anything for my
favor.
Godfather, you know that.
Good man. You better, Freddie.
Good to see you, Mike.
How are you, Mo?
All right.
Oh, that's Mo Green.
The chef cooked for you special. The dancers will kick your tongue out, and your credit is good. Draw chips for everybody in the room so they can play in the house.
Time to make that offer.
The Godfather is sick, right? You're getting chased out of New York by Barzini and the other families. What do you think is going on here? You think you can come to my hotel and take over?
Woo.
I can make a deal with him and still keep my hotel.
Uh-oh.
Will you slap my brother around in public?
I got a business to run. I got to kick asses sometimes to make it run right. We had a little argument Freddie and I, so I had to straighten him out.
Freddie or Fredo? I don't know.
He's calling him Freddie because, you know, he's not.
Tom, you're the consigliere, and you can talk to the Don, you can explain...
Just a minute.
He's not anymore.
Have anything to say, say it to Michael.
You're my older brother, and I love you. But don't ever take sides with anyone against the family again.
Sheesh.
Ever.
I like Michael.
It's always the first warning, too.
Yeah, this is an unpopular opinion, but I like Michael more than Vito.
Oh, Michael.
Damn. They had a kid? A lot of time is passing.
Yeah, just keep skipping ahead.
Connie and Carla want you to be godfather to their little boy.
No, we'll see.
Will you?
Let me think about it. We'll see. Come on.
Be the godfather.
Yeah, everybody wants him to be the Godfather now.
Your wife and children, are you happy with them?
Very happy.
Oh, you better be.
How's your boy?
He's good.
You know, he looks more like you every day.
He's smarter than I am. 3 years old, he can read the funny papers.
Smarter than you? You're pretty smart. Pretty smart.
I don't apologize, that's my life, but I thought that when it was your time that you would be the one to hold the strings. Senator Corleone.
Oh, into politics.
It wasn't enough time, Michael. It wasn't enough time.
We'll get there, Pop.
So he wanted to elevate the family into politics so that they can leave.
Whoever comes to you with this Barzini meeting, he's a traitor. Don't forget that.
Fair warning. Keep your eyes peeled.
The Judas. So let's see who comes to him with the Balzini. That kid was really scared, actually scared. I wouldn't doubt if that was not rehearsed, you know, because you could actually see the fear in the kid's eyes.
Where are you?
Where are you?
Don Corleone.
Aww. This is wholesome. Oh, I have a bad feeling.
He's coughing too much. Oh,
I have a bad feeling.
Oh, no. Come on.
And they're there alone.
Oh, and the kid's like, oh, no.
He thinks they're playing. He probably had a heart attack or something. At least that was his last moment. He just got to be, you know, a kid again a little bit.
I was about to say that that's probably how he would like to go out, you know. It's with family. 'Cause I'm assuming that's what happens at the service of a Don. That guy is kind of iffy to me because he wanted to start his own family, him, and then Michael was like, no, like, wait, you know, and he kind of... I don't trust that guy anymore. This is the guy that his father said was the one who killed Sonny.
Oh, look, direct eye contact.
They have a very sinister gaze. Very cold individuals.
Mike, can I have a minute?
Oh.
He might be the one that's going to set it up. Yep. And that's when he gets assassinated. And then there's a power vacuum.
Barzini wants to arrange a meeting.
Oh.
There it is.
You talked to him?
Yeah.
That's how he knows.
All right.
All right.
All right.
Easy pickings, he's thinking, you know. It's Michael. It's little baby Michael.
Yeah, yeah.
I'm telling you. But then this is where Michael has to fucking put his foot down.
You know how they're gonna come at you?
They're arranging a meeting in Brooklyn, Tessio's ground, where I'll be safe.
Mm-hmm. Save my ass.
That guy wants all the power. Look, 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 look.
Oh.
He's right there.
Yeah, now he's gonna relay message.
He's gonna serve a new boss, you know.
I've decided to be godfather to Connie's baby, and then I'll meet with Don Barzini, all the heads of the 5 families.
Imagine he tries to take them all out. Oh my god, that was so crazy.
That would be sick.
That would be wild if he takes it, like all of them out and declares himself the king of New York, you know?
Oremus, Regis Nosus, et Christum Domini Nostrum. Amen.
Amen. Oh, look at the little baby. He said daughter or son?
Daughter, I think.
Amen. Oremus omnipotens
Oremus.
Pater Domini nostri Jesu Christi Respi.
That guy's in on it too.
Amen.
In a sense, it's his baptism too, you know?
So much going on.
Mm-hmm. These are all the hitmen.
Guy's not driving off.
He's gonna kill all of the hitmen. The people involved in killing him or planning on killing him, he's gonna do it during his baptism. That's what I'm getting the vibe of. Oh, that's Mo Green. I was like trying to figure out who that was. Satan.
Renounce Satan.
I do renounce him.
Oh no, so the fat guy is on his side.
Yeah, I didn't think the tall guy like you said.
And all his works.
Ooh, and all his works. Damn, that's insane.
I I do renounce them.
Who's that?
Oh, the girl too?
I do renounce them.
Damn, he dresses a cop.
Let's go, dude. Let's go. Let's go. Kill the big guy. No, this is a message from Michael Corleone.
In nomine Patris,
That's so iconic, dude.
Spiritus Sancti.
Oh my god, that gave me chills. Look at that.
Go in peace, and may the Lord be with you. Amen.
Ooh, my god.
Ooh.
That just gave me chills up and down my spine.
We're on our way to Brooklyn.
Oh, this guy's gonna get taken out.
Oh no, he knows. He knows.
Tom, can you get me off the hook? For old time's sake.
Can't do it, Sally.
No.
It's so casual, right? It's
I
crazy.
know. He's like, he knows he's gonna die.
He's like, can you help me out? Come on, no time's sake.
Could you save my life? And then it's like, no, sorry.
Nah, you can't backstab a Don, dude. You can't do that shit. Especially after the Don, you know, died.
Yeah. The OG Don.
Oh, a lot of men in that car.
You have to answer for Santino, Carlo.
I knew it. I knew it. I was questioning. I was like, how did they let this guy slide?
Ah, that little farce you played with my sister. You think that could fool a Corleone?
Mike, I'm innocent. I swear to kids. Please, Mike, don't do this to me.
Right after the baptism. Oh
It
my
had to be after the baptism because that's what a godfather and mother's purpose is that they kind of assume the role of the parent figure.
Barzini's dead. So is Philip Tattaglia.
She.
Mo Green.
Mo Green, everybody.
Stracci.
He killed everybody. Oh my god. Oh.
Today I settle all family business, so don't tell me you're innocent, Carlo.
Oh, this is so good. This is so good.
Come on, you think I make my sister a widow? I'm godfather to your son, Carlo.
See?
Go ahead, drink.
Give him a drink. Go out like a man.
No, Carlo, you're out of the family business. That's your punishment. You're finished. I'm putting you on a plane to Vegas.
That's too easy, I feel.
Understand?
Vegas is
Only
where...
don't tell me you're innocent, because it insults my intelligence. It makes me very angry.
He is so badass.
Tattaglia or Barzini?
It was Barzini.
He admitted it. He killed his brother. It's his fault.
He's gonna kill him. Like, I already feel it.
No, I like the fat guy. The fat guy's cool. I have my doubts about him. Yep. Perfect.
And that's the worst way to go out. Like, a gunshot is better.
Yeah, because it makes you suffer, you know?
Oh, I can't even think about that.
It's like you're drowning. You're drowning, but you're not in water. Like, that's the worst way. It's like drowning in your own saliva and blood and whatever, you know?
Michael, you lousy bastard. You killed my husband. Never gave a damn about me. No, what am I gonna do?
Marry her to someone else.
Yeah, she'll find a husband that could take care of the kids.
Yeah.
She's like fussing.
Oh, no.
Nah, that's just pain.
No.
Get her a doctor.
Get her a doctor. Let the doctor deal with it.
And his own wife is like disappointed, but she should have known.
Yeah.
She's hysterical. Hysterical.
Michael, is it true?
She's realizing how bad he is, you know?
Yeah.
Is it true?
Don't ask me about my business.
No.
It's the first time I saw him lose his temper like that in the whole movie.
He doesn't like to repeat himself, that's for sure.
Yeah.
This one time, I'll let you ask me about my affairs.
The clock ticking again in the background.
Is it true?
She's such a golden retriever, though. Like
Yeah.
she's just,
Is
she's
it
so
true?
naive.
No. Okay, I believe you.
And for him, it's perfect to have a wife like this, who's delusional, you know, because, but she knows it's him. Look, like she knows the man she married, and I'm assuming this is the new house or they're moving out. I don't know what's going on here. I think they're moving out, right? Yeah, they are. Oh, he's the guy that killed him. Oh, this is an iconic scene. Look at that. Don Corleone. Oh, I just got full body chills.
Ah, kissing.
Look,
I'm the Godfather.
No, I'm the Godfather.
You just kissed the hand of the Godfather.
I regret it. I don't want no part of this.
You did it.
Let me just double check, make sure there's no post-credit scenes. I doubt it. Like,
yeah.
This is not Marvel. And even back in the 70s, like, they didn't care about post-credit scenes.
Yeah.
All right, so there's no post-credit scenes. All right. What are your thoughts, man? What are your thoughts?
Wow, I was into that. I was into that. I love these that kind of like leave you on the edge. Like,
yeah,
I can appreciate movies that aren't afraid to just kind of kill people off.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
and do it in like a not a dramatic way. Actually, no, the opposite. It's like it's so quick and uneventful, and that's usually and probably how it went down. It's like there's no over dramatic
you can't the
presentation of it.
The grief process has to be short because you have to get back on your game.
Mm-hmm.
Back.
And just like that, he took out all five well, not all five families. He took out the head of 4 families, right? Because he's one of the 5, and now he's the sole ruler of New York and New Jersey. I don't know
and
like what the implications are. Vegas, yeah. He's trying to legitimize his business in Vegas with casinos. He killed off Mo Green. Fredo had a connection with Mo Green that was kind of weird. He was like defending him like a lover, kind of. I don't know if Fredo is, you know.
Yeah, or maybe they just had like built a friendship, and that was like the only person that maybe he had a kind of like a relationship with, maybe.
Because apparently Mo Green was like slapping him around and like treating him like a dog, kind of, which, you know, who knows. But yeah, do you want to go first or do I go first?
You can go first. Yeah.
All right, I'm just gonna rapid fire because, you know, like that's usually how we do it with the notes. The justice system doesn't work. So back then, at the beginning, the opening scene with the guy asking for justice for his daughter was taken advantage of by 2 men. And he went to the police. The police didn't do anything because the police only does, I think back then especially, what they're paid extra to do by the families specifically. So it's pointless to go to the police at that point. You know, like if you want justice, if you want vengeance, then you go to the Don Corleone, you know?
And I wanted to say something about that too, because in my opinion, there are a lot of cases now that there's like injustice, you know, people getting away without a sentence, or there's like no case and it doesn't hold up in certain instances, and then like that, like there's plenty of injustices that are served to this day,
right?
And it's because of, you know, I don't know, the whole evidence of like innocent until proven guilty, and so without the evidence, then people just slime away, and then that's it.
Yeah, and my question would be, so The Godfather is a trilogy. There are 3 films. So if you guys are interested in us watching the second one, Godfather Part 2, I believe it's called, or The Godfather 2. I'm assuming it's the continuation of this story, which I'm excited to see. Now Michael as the king of the castle, the king of the world.
And how do they continue the
power
conflict,
dynamics.
right? Like what is the conflict in the next movie? Like who's the snake? Who's like the villain, or who's against the family?
And I was also going to like question if you guys know the answer to this. Well, don't actually answer it. Let me take that back because, you know, it's a trilogy, so maybe it'll be answered throughout the other films. But I'm curious to know like what Michael's motivation was, because when we first see him, he's, you know, fresh off the boat from the army. He's been in the military. He's a war hero, so that implies that he did something heroic during wartime, obviously. He might have killed an enemy, a very important enemy. But then he came in kind of like cowarding his way, but he was always like very patient. He wasn't afraid of playing the fool, which I feel like is a great strategy for any leader. Like, you play the fool, you're patient, and you control your emotions, which are three things that his brothers are incapable of doing. Tom might maybe evolve into a person who's power hungry, but I don't see that in Tom, so maybe that plays a part in the next film. But my question is, like, what's his motivation? Like, what made him switch that like knob in his head where all of a sudden he's like, all right, I'll proudly and pridefully take helm of the family. And it might have been the death of his brother, avenge his family, avenge his father, avenge his dead Italian wife. Who knows, you know?
The thing that I saw it as was, well, it obviously started with his dad getting shot and almost dying. And then I think that was like the starting point of it. And I think that the more that the like mafia or whatever people go through pain, the more that they have to develop strength. And with that and then in order to develop strength, you kind of have to assert yourself in a position of power,
right?
And so he had to make himself a part of the family. It's like, no, these things are happening. He can't just be a bystander and like just let things happen.
Yeah, and I think that he also understood that by him being complacent and not involving himself directly and immediately and with urgency and with prowess and with power, his enemies or the enemies of his father would take advantage of that power void, and then that would jeopardize the lives of everyone he loves. So everybody's life was at stake. Tom's life was at stake. His family's life was at stake. His son, his wife, every single person that he knew growing up and he had a connection with within the family would be gone because all the other four family heads would take advantage of that power void, which they tried. But his father was the one that enabled him to kill and to make that move, because his father knew deep down that with his passing, there would be this power void, and then Michael would have to be the one that would kill, and then it would start this war. And now there's going to be a huge war that's going to ensue, in my opinion, because, you know, you kill the heads of these families, but that doesn't mean that their successors aren't going to rise, you know, to rise to the occasion, just like Michael did. So his father died, and now the sons of the heads are going to come up, and who knows who they are and who knows how it's going to go down. But I feel like, yeah, like it's just like a blood toll. It's just things that you pay in blood. And yeah, so that was one thing, is that Michael was initially ashamed. I'm just going to go really quickly through it. Italians had values and morals, so no drugs. I think I read this before in history class about how the mafia and the mob especially, they didn't want to involve in drugs because it would break communities, it would ruin lives. And so they were always about kind of this Robin Hood-esque nature, you know, like they wanted to give back to the community, they wanted to protect the people, they had love for the people in the community, but the community feared them, right? So fear equated to respect to them, and they would help businesses and they would lend money and they would give them protection. But drugs would ruin businesses, and especially like even from inside of their own organization. Yeah, like people who would deal drugs would start consuming it and using it and then getting high off their own supply, and that would just ruin everything, and the whole hierarchy would kind of crumble. So that made sense to me why he was adamant about not getting into it. Again, I'm curious to know if Michael will, you know, pursue that in an organized manner. The newspaper back then equated to social media, so I found that interesting, how that's how they found out about the news, was they were walking in New York City, and then his wife or his girlfriend at the time saw the newspaper with the headline that his father got shot or that he was maybe dead. I wrote down sociopaths equate to feigning friendliness, and that's something that I really find interesting, is that they're all sociopaths.
Yeah.
Like, they're all messed up in the head. Like, they smile and they play along and they feign friendliness and it's all love and stuff. And then 1 second to the next, they kill you. Just like it happened with that guy who was shot in the car while the guy was taking a piss. You know, the whole ride they were talking and bonding and pretending to be friends. And then out of nowhere, you just die, you know. And the same thing with the Las Vegas ticket. Yeah, like that car will drive you to the airport, but then it just gets strangled and killed. And just like with that other guy, like, oh, like, could you get me off the hook? Smiles, and it's like, I can't this time. Michael Michael's cheeks, I found this interesting, how his cheeks being kind of puffed up was foreshadowing him coming into his dad's shoes.
Because of the way he was speaking.
Right. So it was what do you call it? Inchado?
Yeah, like swollen.
Swollen cheeks was just like Don Corleone. Vito Corleone, sorry.
Yeah, and they were like kind of talking like with their downward mouth, you know? Like,
yeah, it was kind of like, you come to me on the day of my daughter.
Yeah.
So he was taking on the mantle early on, and it was just foreshadowing. Okay, and then Michael was traditional, so I like that juxtaposition, that contrast between Michael in Italy doing the formal, traditional formal traditional avenue of getting married first and then consummating the marriage and then meeting the family and getting the approval of the father, and then meanwhile Sonny was just cheating on his wife and misusing his power, misusing his men, just making his men guard that apartment while he's out cheating on his wife,
Right.
So I like that because it shows where like how different of like men they are. Like they are different men completely. Like when it comes to their essence, like one is just a wild card. Like he's just angry. He does whatever he wants. He's abusing power. He feels like he's on top of the world, like he's invincible. And then he got killed because he got in that car to chase down the sister's husband, feeling as if he's invincible, like he's untouchable because he's Sonny Corleone, like he can't be killed. And then that's what got him killed. The daughter spoiled. The daughter is spoiled, just like the husband implied. He said, like, Guinea, what did he say? He said, you spoiled Guinea. Yeah. I found it interesting how the husband, all he wanted was purpose. So he wanted involvement in the family. He felt as if maybe he was treated as a woman because he was just taken care of. And that's what Vito Corleone said. He said that he didn't want his son-in-law to be involved in the family, and he told Tom that he just wanted him to get taken care of in terms of like money and stuff.
Right.
And so I feel like his frustration came from that, is being married to a Corleone and not being involved in the family and not having access or purpose and not really making an impact. And so all he had to do was just sit around and just receive crime money and then just basically
Yeah, and stripped that, just like you said, that strips him of his masculinity. So then the way that he has to reestablish that masculinity is by finding a target that's inferior to him, which so happened to be his wife. And so he starts beating her, and that kind of gives him this like boost of masculinity because he's like the superior, or he's kind of dominating that relationship.
And even him cheating on her was an act of protest, I think, towards or against Vito Corleone. So him cheating on his wife wasn't to spite her, it was to spite the family. It's like, look at what I think about your precious and powerful Corleone family. It's like, this is what I think about it. Like he spits on the floor and just goes and cheats. Vafangul. They always wanted to legitimize. So that kind of reminds me of Peaky Blinders, Tommy Shelby. He started as a gangster, and then he evolved and elevated himself into a politician, a political, spokesman, and just very powerful man. I think that that's what Vito Corleone wanted to accomplish ultimately, was to legitimize the business so that they didn't have to be involved anymore with the underworld of crime. And maybe that's why he had all the politicians in his pocket, because he was preparing and just playing the slow game of like slowly but surely getting everybody's approval and then getting himself introduced and maybe even getting access to the president and then maybe running for president, running for governor, and just really like legitimizing. Because if you get to that point, and I don't think any of the heads of the families even had that insight or foresight rather. And so Vito knew that, and he was like, all right, I'm going to be the first head, and that way nobody can touch me because I control all the families, essentially. So that's elevating yourself above this common ground that all of them kind of like felt like they were. And then my two last ones, the mob is a form of a religion. I really like that aspect of it because it kind of showed that in the church is like they are above God. They are above the church. There is no God to Michael Corleone. He is God. There is no Satan. He is Satan. So he embodies everything that is holy. He is everything that is or will be or has been. And so I really like that scene of the baptism. I think it's super beautifully done. There's baptism. Baptism implies renewal, like rebirth, essentially, like you're reborn into a faith, into a religion. So all those men got baptized in blood. So baptized in blood to celebrate the entrance of this new ruler, which is Michael Corleone. And so maybe that was even like a blood sacrifice, essentially, in order to solidify his reign. And I found that interesting, and they're all super religious, like will you be the godfather of my child? I have to think about it because there's like implications, and they do believe in God and they are religious. I just said that as like to like make a point, because deep down I feel like that's how Michael feels. It's like, yeah, of course I believe in God, of course, whatever, but as he's deciding the fate of the lives of these men and committing the ultimate sin, which is taking a life. And yeah, and then my last one ties into the baptism thing. I like how the funeral came first. It's a death of a cycle, and then the baptism came right after, symbolizing the rebirth, and the renewal of a dynasty, of a legacy. And that's all I have. I just really like it.
Good points.
Gracias.
I have like, mine are 3 pages, but it's because I don't write on every line.
Yeah, we don't have time for that. All right, guys, bye.
I'm a paper waster, so I don't even write on every line of the paper. But so just to preface, like I took AP Literature in high school, so a lot of the times during the movie, I was paying attention to like little things, like little symbols. So the beginning scene of Vito Corleone, he's holding a cat. Right. And so I automatically thought of exactly what you were saying. It's like a cat, they kind of have like dual personalities where it's like they can portray themselves to be very inviting and very friendly and very, cordial or welcoming, but then they can also snap at you
out
and
of nowhere.
They could just claw at you, right?
I hate cats.
I
love
cats.
But I've had my bad experiences growing up.
No,
exactly what you said. Like I don't know, like you're like, oh, like whatever.
No, it's never out of nowhere. They do give signs, but my point is that anyways.
Yeah. But that's a good point.
There's like duality in that, and so I think that that's the case for any like Don or any like person in power in this like mafia or mob, is that they kind of have to play the 2 roles constantly. So it's like you decide when you're giving the best version of yourself, but then you also decide when you're going to give the worst.
And adding on to that real quick, cats were a symbol of royalty in ancient Egypt.
Yeah.
So pharaohs they worshiped cats. And so it's interesting how they associate that, because our lizard, reptile brains, our primitive brains may still make that connection, like it may be still deeply ingrained in our DNA.
It's the balance.
Yeah, it's the balance.
I think. Let me think what else. At the daughter's wedding, all of the men had white carnations in their suits. And Vito Corleone was the only one with a red rose. And then at his funeral, everyone was tossing a rose to hit like on his casket, right? And I wrote that down before even knowing about the funeral thing, because I think that the rose is symbolic of like not only like connectedness in relationships, but it's also kind of like the most valuable, compared to other flowers. Like if someone gives you a rose, it's kind of how do I explain it? It's like the popular girl of the school, kind of. So the popular girl of the school has the rose, and everyone else has like, daisies or whatever.
It's the elite flower.
Right.
Among the flowers.
It's the superior of all flowers. And so Vito was the only one with a rose. Yeah. And then everyone else had a white carnation. And I think that that's something else too, is that red obviously is symbolic of like
aggression,
right, or like assertiveness. So then everyone else has white, and they have to abide by the person who has the red. It's like,
and white often symbolizes like peace signs
right,
and stuff.
exactly.
So it's submission to the red. Yeah.
I mean, again, like I'm just interpreting here, so I was like,
I
writing.
just always associated that with what do you call it? With your soul, essentially. So maybe that was his soul and it represented his soul. And then when he died, I don't know if that makes sense though.
I think like roses, it's interesting because people have there's always been like these little quotes where it's like people compare themselves to roses because they have thorns. And so it's like you have to be careful grabbing a rose, but then it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So you want to grab it, but then you also have to be cautious of its thorns.
And maybe that ties into kissing the hand, you know, like kiss the hand that feeds you, and then you kiss the hand.
Call me the Godfather.
Yeah. It's like a beautiful like rose. Like you have to pay respects to the rose, even though it's beautiful. It's dangerous, you know. So you have to kiss the hand of the rose, and you have to make sure that you pay the rose back, and you have to, you know, all the stuff.
And then I wanted to mention Luca's, is that his name?
Luca Brazzi or something.
Yeah, his death. So he's this big man, and so he's meant to be like intimidating. But then the irony is that 3 men, or however many it was, took him out. And so that was like another hint at like power in numbers.
Mm-hmm.
But then the irony is that all it took was one man, Michael, to take out all of the men. So then it was like this contrast, you know?
Yeah.
And he's a small man compared to this like Luca that everyone was fearing. He was like the hitman. He was the one that was sent to take, you know.
Do you think that that's also implying that brains will always beat muscle?
Yeah, I do think.
Because Luca was, just like you're saying, like he's an intimidating guy. Everybody knows Luca. He's the guy that kills you. If Luca visits you, it's like the Grim Reaper himself. You know, you gotta be careful with Luca. But then Michael is just like quiet. Michael is patient.
Mm-hmm.
He waits for the moments, and just like his sister said, it's like his sister understands. Like she said, like, oh, like you waited until Papa died,
and until you became
whatever.
the Godfather.
Yeah, and then now like the kid isn't disowned, isn't gonna become an orphan, drug addict or whatever, because Michael is the father now. Like he's gonna make sure that the kid grows up.
Which is what like I caught on as soon as the wife said like, oh, will you be the Godfather to your sister's child? I just thought like the Godfather, like that's the whole name of the movie. It's
didn't
like
hit me at all.
As soon as you become the Godfather, as soon as you step into that role, it's it wasn't just the Godfather of that child. It was like this whole new era.
Yeah.
Like his era. I pointed out like how they say like you understand at the end of phrases whenever they're talking to someone. I do think that there's like some like undermining there, like you want to assert yourself, and so you say it in a way that kind of like asserts your point, and you don't leave it up to them to kind of contradict it.
Yeah,
if
like
that
you
makes
don't
sense.
leave it up to interpretation.
Yeah, and then it's like confirming that they're just hearing you, and that's it. It's like you understand, that's it. Like there's nothing to
like
be argued,
thing.
right?
It's like
So it's just like confirm that you understand, because that's it. There's no other debate. It's not open to any other questions. Just understand.
Which made me realize too that that's what Michael understood too. Like he knows how his brothers are. Like he knows human nature. Like that's the beauty of Michael's character. So at one point he even told Sonny, he's like, "Yes, sir," because he knows that Sonny is emotional. Sonny is egomaniacal, just like Fredo. So they're all just ego because they've been under the father's wing and they've been accustomed to power,
getting their egos stroked,
and just all of these like privileges. And then Michael's the only one that wasn't living under those privileges that whole time. He went to the military. He was in the trenches. He was in combat. He was killing men. He was, trying to survive. And so he came into this war zone, and to him it was no different than what he was just in, like it was no difference at all.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Then I had the same thing that you said, where after he got punched in the face, his cheek was swollen, and I immediately thought of his father. Immediately, I was like, he's going to become... And I knew it from the beginning. It's always like the underestimated character that assumes the role of the highest position, kind of the underdog, if you will. And that's kind of what Michael was, because he was like, oh, no, like, I'm not going to get involved in that. And he was trying to say that to his girlfriend and now wife. But it just went to show, like, right away that he would get involved and he would end up kind of assuming that.
You know what I'm thinking too is that he might have played that underestimation card knowingly. It's like, I don't think that he ever thought truly that he was never going to get involved. I think he always knew. And then he always knew also to not have attention drawn onto himself, especially during those times. And so everybody was focused on Sonny and Fredo. Sonny, Fredo, Tom. Those are the trifecta. Like, those are the three men who might and probably will succeed Vito Corleone.
So it put a target on their backs.
Right, exactly. So Michael was just the war guy. No, guys, I'm just here to, save my father, whatever.
Yeah, and then that's why they wanted to speak with him, like the cop and whatever, because they were like, oh, Michael, you're reasonable.
He's
and
just
like,
a little kid.
Right, they thought that he would be more malleable and more like gullible.
Non-violent.
Right.
Non-assuming, like this guy is just
war
a kid,
hero,
like he's a messenger. He's not going to do anything,
Interesting.
Yeah, but I think that was beautifully played.
Let me think what else. There was a lot of drinking after something would happen, and that was their way of like numbing their pain, you know.
Even before, too.
Yeah, and even before.
In preparation.
But it was always like shots of something whenever it was always wine whenever it was just like an occasion, and then it was always a shot of like hard liquor whenever it was after a death or after a heavy event.
Yeah, because he even told his father, he said that wine's good for you.
Yeah.
You know, so the good men drink wine, and the bad men or the unholy men or the unpure men drink shots, and maybe shots is even symbolic of actual shots, like you take a shot before getting a shot.
Yeah.
I don't know.
And then let me see. The way that the father died, I just said that he died, which we already kind of talked about, where he was like living out this like inner child, and he was playing with the kid, and it was like a moment where he could just be vulnerable, which he probably could never let his guard down all that time. Yeah. And right now he was just with his grandson. They were in the garden, and he could just let his guard down. Yeah, and he could just be playful, and he can tap into that inner child. And then that was the best way for him to go out, I think. It's like...
It was perfect.
Just having that... Just finally having that moment that he couldn't have. Like, even while sick, he still had to organize things and still had to, facilitate, the way that the family would be run. And then until his last moment, it's like his last moment, he was finally able to just not worry and just let his guard down.
Just constantly on edge. And also he had to hold up this image, because he's the patriarch.
Yeah.
And he's the Don. And so just like you said, like even with Michael and his sons, like he couldn't really let loose, because there's always that possibility in the back of your mind that your children could overthrow you and backstab you. Like, you never know.
Yeah, and then the very last thing I have, I did write about the baptism too, how it was like a contrast between like death and purity and rebirth and sin. Like, it was just, going back and forth kind of. And then the last thing I have is that this movie is a lot about like patriarchy, masculinity, kind of like the way that men always had to handle things, it's like this, right? It's like this expectation kind of to like handle things. Like, they have to just keep their family safe. They have to protect their family. So there's a lot of like family messages in this movie too. It's like a real man makes time for his family, right? Like that's what they said. And I think that what that really is that it's like the male figure always has to assume the role of like the protector,
the provider,
the protector, provider, right? And so like that was the case in this movie, because at the very end, when the wife says like, oh, did you do it? Like, tell me the truth. And he says no. Like, she just has to
accept
it. And then it's kind of like, it was interesting because he was like, oh, my sister's hysterical. Like, you can't take the word of a woman, but you could take the word of the man that you're married to. This man who literally vowed to protect you.
I didn't even think about that, but that's true. So his word became the word of God, essentially.
Right, because in marriage, like, those vows are said where it's like sickness and health, all these other things. It's like you're vowing, you're pledging these roles that you're assuming when you get married. And so she, even if she doesn't fully believe his word, she kind of has to take it because now they're married. And then it's like, oh, maybe there could be that little inkling that the sister's word is just not reliable. But yeah, that's all I have.
I just wanted to say that is interesting. And I think that because again, like, he understands tradition better than anyone. He understands it because he probably learned it from his father. He probably understood like what tradition is and why his father deemed it so important, the concept of family. And so I think that that's why he let the husband of the wife of the sister live long enough so that he can really, really, really just give him what he deserved. And so he probably played on that idea of like, you know, we don't interfere, you know, like the connection and the bond between a husband and a wife is sacred. Not even the mafia, not even the family can intervene. What he does with her is none of my concern. You know, it was her choice. Like, she knew what she was getting herself into. But then in the back of his mind, he's like, no, he's going to die. You know, like, he's going to pay for it. But the whole thing is like the image. The image is so important, you know, and how you carry yourself. And you have to carry yourself seriously. And this is something that Jordan Peterson would talk about, you know. You carry yourself seriously, stand up straight with your shoulders back. It's like, that's how Michael presented himself. He carries himself in a way where it's like he's the boss, you know, like he walked into the room, Fredo's all like, too friendly with people and too goody-goody and too malleable and too
impressionable,
aspiring of fame and just connections in the social life. And so he's too deeply ingrained with those like instincts that we humans have. And then Michael's just cold, you know. He's like, get everybody
objective,
out. Yeah, I'm just here to do business. I go back to New York tomorrow. Call Mo Green in. Mo Green, look, you don't have the power you think you do. All you have is money. And that's what he conveyed to Mo Green. It's like, he could be a millionaire, multimillionaire, have more money than a Corleone family. Who knows? But that's all he has, money. Corleone family has money, power, influence, and the final say. And that's why he gave him a choice. He said no. He said, fuck off. I'm going to go make a deal with Bronzini. And then Bronzini's dead. Everybody's dead.
And that's another thing, too, is that, like, it's always whatever they say goes. So the first time that you hear it, that's the only time that you're going to hear it. So then maybe that was the thing with the wife. Like, at the end, she probably had like a fear, like, if I contest against this, like, I could end up right.
Yeah.
So maybe not, but just like I don't know, just thinking out loud. But that was always the case where it was like, we offer you and we say things once, and then if you don't abide, then there is no strike two.
Yeah, because what's crazy with them is that when they give you the first offer, they're already planning your death.
Yeah.
No, not planning. You like your death is planned.
Right.
So there's already like a plan B, you know, like but the plan A is like, and they already know sort of like how humans react, and so that's how they use it to their advantage. Especially Michael, like he knows how people are and how men in power are, and he tries to mirror himself after his father, who was just a contained, calm man, rational, like reasonable, and knew what to do and didn't let his emotions affect him. And then his children are all kind of like parts of himself that are exacerbated, obviously. And then Michael just happens to be the perfect fit because he embodies perfectly what his dad was, like to 100 times
to
the
a
extent.
T, for sure. But I really like this movie. That's my just feelings off of it. I really enjoyed it.
Really great. I really enjoyed Michael Corleone's character. He's my favorite character from all this, and probably maybe even my favorite like mafioso character, because I haven't really seen that many mafia movies. But Michael Corleone is the shiz.
Yeah.
The shizzler.
Vito has a little spot in my heart, though.
Vito's cool, but I wish I saw his like upbringing a little more so that I can see like his Michael Corleone arc.
I'm gonna say though that I can't really say that Michael's my favorite because I need to see like a vulnerability a little bit more.
All you see is just a brick wall.
Yeah, I
stone
can't.
wall.
Like even when his dad like was on the hospital bed, he's like, I'm gonna take care of this and whatever. You know, like he was already
like
assuming the role of like getting things under control. But I want him to I want to see him crack a little. I want to see him kind of sweat. I want to see him kind of like fall apart. Like his wife in Italy died. We didn't even get to see him cry. Like nothing.
And I think that's by design. It's supposed to build this stone hard character that you just can't, like, he's impenetrable.
Yeah, but I can appreciate a man with a soft spot. Like the Don Vito, he would shed a tear. You know, when his son Sonny died, he was like crying, saying, "My wife can't see him like this," you know?
Yeah. And then he kind of cashed in his favor, a very simple favor of just using that guy who has a funeral home and making sure his son was beautiful for the open casket, you know. My absolute last thing, just adding on top of the whole idea of vulnerability, the one thing that I didn't buy is just how slippery they were with the protection and the security surrounding this Don. You know, like you would assume that there's way more effort put into protecting this man, and sure, like the police played a role in that, but even then, it's like you would imagine that you had like backup guys around the corners of the streets.
Like the family would be on it.
Yeah, like bribe the cops, give them more money than whatever Branzini gave them, and just, you know.
But it was perfect because it showed that like without the Don, they were disorganized. They didn't and so like Michael right away, that was like the first instance where he got it organized, like he got it under control. Like, we have to move my dad, we're gonna stand outside, me and the baker, whatever. So like I think it was purposefully meant to be that way because the Don couldn't order people to stand outside, and so people didn't even know what to do because they're just disorganized. They all just like fall apart without the main patriarch kind of in control.
Yeah. So I guess it is realistic. Again, everything is really realistic except for the gunshots and the wounds. I saw multiple instances where, and again, it's probably a result of the age, but multiple instances where they shot. Well, one instance where they locked that guy in that revolving door, and then the first shot was like straight to his chest, but then like the glass broke, but there was no blood or shot wound. And then the second time is when it popped, you know. So I think that was a mistake in like practical effects or someone, like they just didn't really like pop it in time, and then they didn't want to like redo the scene or something. But a lot of that happened throughout, wasn't really realistic, but again, it's a product of its time, and we get the point, you know, like the point is
I mean, whatever, how else, like, it's hard
to like fake everything perfectly. A lot of shots and a lot of like practical effects. I get it. Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's a product of its time.
I can appreciate it. I can appreciate it's like not being perfect even, you know? Like, I prefer that over the now movies that you
CGI
see, like
and
everything is
stuff.
fake. Everything is fake.
Which, by the way, we're going to be getting into the whole Marvel franchise sooner than later. We're going to start with the very first one. I don't even know which one that is.
I think it's Captain America.
Is it?
I don't know.
I thought it was like Iron Man or something, but we're going to do the whole thing. I deliberately have not jumped into the whole superhero hype. I don't know for what reason. Maybe my gut was telling me not to do it, but now we're going to do it on the channel, and we're going to see what it's all about. But yeah. Do you have anything else to say?
That's it, and I have to pee.
Oh, pee again. Okay. So with that being said, guys, thank you so much for tuning in. If you enjoyed this reaction, if you want to see more reactions, please let us know by commenting below what movies we should do next. If you want to see exclusive reactions to movies and TV series that will be launching on our Patreon, you know what to do. If you want to become a patron, that's the best way to support us. Mentally Gone Studios, the same in the intro. That's the best way, and then you'll get your name shouted out as well in the videos as a token of our appreciation for supporting us as creators. And we are having a blast doing these movie reactions, and experiencing cinema.
I
you know,
know.
for what it
I
is.
love this. I
Yeah.
can't believe I'd never seen The Godfather. I love it. I might have to watch the second one behind closed doors.
No,
I'm
we're
kidding.
gonna watch it on the channel. But yeah, so don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notification bells, share this with a neighbor, a friend,
A Godfather,
an ex-mobster, or a mobster that you do know, maybe don't know. If you know a guy, share it with the guy. That
your
you know.
Godfather, if you have
Yeah,
one.
your Godfather, share it with the guy. And with that being said, thank you so much, and don't forget that it's never wrong
To be mentally gone. Peace to the world.